Hello and welcome back to a new epic weapon video. This video is about UDM Stalker. So this is the epic weapon, or the epic variant of the UDM pistol that was added in 2 months back I believe, and it was one of the first DLC weapons to be added into Infinite Warfare along with the Raven, or the RVN. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go over the perks the weapon has, then the aesthetics of the gun, which might be a bit less interesting but we'll go over it anyway. Then my opinion on it basically, and how the gun feels and how it performs, and then my conclusion. So this variant is only available in the Quartermaster collection at the moment. I imagine in like maybe a month or after this Tuesday, because new apps will be added in, hopefully. But they'll probably cycle some guns out of the Quartermaster collection, which I would say is probably going to be like the Suzaku and that, you know. But they might also cycle like the UDM and Raven variants. So if they do, then this can also be a review guide for whether you spend salvage on it. But basically at the moment it's only in the Quartermaster. I was lucky enough to get this weapon out of my epic weapon hack that I got for my contract last week. So I mean, you can define lucky, but you know, I could have got something better, like some sort of LMG variant or an AR variant or something, you know. But I don't know, I like the pistol, so we'll get into the perks. So the first perk that the weapon has is a sniper mod, and this is the epic perk for the weapon. What it says is it modifies his weapon into a single fire sniper pistol. Basically this makes UDM into a M1 Garand type weapon. It is basically a 2-shot kill to the body and might get 1-shot headshots. I have gotten 1-shot headshots, but I don't know if the person was damaged beforehand or not. But just keep that in mind. So it basically turns it into like a pocket M1 Garand, or the M1. Then the other perk is readiness, which is a common perk, and it basically reloads your gun faster when the mag's empty. So if your mag is like a few bullets in it, it'll reload faster and slacked with dexterity. So keep that in mind. Both pretty good perks. Obviously the first perk's the main one about this gun, but we'll go into the aesthetics now. So the actual aesthetics of the gun has a barrel this time, so the normal UDM doesn't have a barrel on the end of it. This gun does, and it's like a big sort of black rectangle type thing, so you can see it in the thumbnail, and I might even put a picture up on screen if I can figure out how to. But it's got a barrel on the end of it. It also has a built-in sniper scope. The scoop's terrible. If you're using this gun kind of like as a secondary and you don't want to put any attachment on it, it's usable. But if you're using it as a primary weapon, do not use that scope. It is horrendous. So yeah. Also, the stock is unfolded. So if you're using the normal UDM, the stock's actually folded up to the side of the gun. But if you're using this variant, it's actually unfolded. So it's a very slight thing, but you know, you can see it. And the grip also looks slightly different. So I might put a comparison video up, or a comparison image up if I can figure out how to. But basically it looks like the grips are maybe farther apart. That's basically it for the aesthetics. As for kind of my opinion on it, the gun performs pretty well. I would like to describe it as a pocket M1 Garand. So it can be used as a primary weapon. However, it doesn't outgun like a lot of guns like the MV4 or something. You do have to be at sort of like a range. It's not as good as a normal UDM at close range, obviously because it's not fully automatic, but it is still a very good variant. If you can buy with salvage and you like UDM, I would recommend getting it. If you're trying to do camo challenges for the UDM, and I haven't done the pistols yet, I haven't started them, but I assume they have headshot challenges, so if you do need to get headshots with the UDM for these challenges, I would highly recommend getting the Stalker if you can with salvage, if it's available at that stage. But just because I think it is capable of 1-shot headshots, or at least if you damage the person, if I hit them in the body then hit them in the head, it'll 1-shot kill them to the head. So keep that in mind. It's very good for headshots, and it doesn't have that much sway or anything, so, and it doesn't have that much recoil either, so it is a very good variant in my opinion. It doesn't seem like it's the EBR, it does seem like it's more like the DMR1 or the M1 Garand, because EBR has a ton of recoil whenever you shoot it, whereas this gun doesn't really have that much recoil. So, but basically I would recommend getting this gun if let's say you're using this SMG or shotgun, and you want a weapon that you can put as your secondary to challenge people out of range. You can put on this gun instead of the likes of using overkill and putting on MV4 or putting on like the K-bar or the Volker or an LMG or a sniper, because this gun is basically, like I said, a pocket sniper rifle, and it's basically a pocket M1 Garand. So it is pretty good at a range. It is like a 2-shot kill at basically any range. Might be 3-shot kill at very long ranges. I haven't encountered that yet though. So if you're going to use this gun as a secondary, it is very good, and it basically is a primary weapon. So if you don't want to use overkill, and you can put on that gun, the default scope is usable, but it is bad if you're using it as a primary weapon. If you're going to use like a shotgun, run around on the likes of Genesis or something, and then you want to challenge people at longer ranges, then the UDM is the gun for you. If you're using it as a primary weapon, or you're trying to get challenges done for the UDM or something like that, I would say it is a good gun. It's a good variant of the UDM. I would say it's probably the best variant of the UDM. It really depends if you like semi-auto guns or not. The fire rate is similar to the M1 Garand, so keep that in mind as well. But basically, if you're going to use this gun as a primary weapon, I recommend using some sort of scope. I used red dot in the gameplay, but you can use any scope you want. Do not even bother using the scope. It's terrible. But basically, if you're looking for a good variant of the UDM, this is the variant you want. If you want sort of a long range gun that you can use as a secondary weapon, this is the gun for you as well. However, if you don't think you're going to be able to use the default scope as using that as a secondary, and you need to put on a scope in order to use it, you may as well just not get it, and you may as well just put on the primary weapon overkill, because it's going to use up the same amount of critical slots. But basically, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try to get better at these. Basically, how I'm going to do this is I'm just going to force myself to do loads more commentaries, because the more I do commentaries, I feel like the better I'm going to get at them. So yeah, basically this commentary might have been bad. I did stutter quite a bit and ramble on it quite a bit, so I'll try to edit it out. But yeah, basically that's it. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, maybe even subscribing. And if you don't like the video, and if you do dislike it, because I've got like 3 dislikes lately, please leave a comment telling me why you dislike it, because it's not going to help me just disliking the video. So please keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.